joining me today. It's all about business planning and taking action and next steps for you to take in your business. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And maybe you've been teaching for some time, maybe not, maybe you're a new yoga teacher, but you're here because you know that there's an opportunity with the online space and you want to make the most of that opportunity so that you really can make an impact in people's lives. You're also here because you're ready to look beyond just a drop-in class, okay? You want to actually work with your students on a deeper level and provide more transformation. So, you're intrigued, you want to explore what that could look like beyond, just teaching in person or beyond just teaching a drop-in Zoom class. Just teaching those drop-in classes, even if they are on Zoom, that doesn't set you up for financial stability in your business, okay? So it's important that not just as yoga teachers, but as yogipreneurs, as business owners, that we learn what it is that we have to do in our business, what it is that we have to offer so that we can start to build that financial stability, okay? And it means that we need to learn some new skills, and that's okay. That's why you are here. That's why you're in the community for Digital Yoga Academy, okay, so that you can learn how to do this. And of course, it doesn't happen overnight, right? It takes commitment, it takes consistency, it takes really showing up for yourself so that you can break through all the fears, limiting beliefs that hold us back as business owners. Those fears and limiting beliefs that we all encounter, right? We all encounter those fears and limiting beliefs. They don't really go away. It's just as we grow in our business journey, we encounter new ones, right? We encounter new fears and limiting beliefs as we grow and as we up level. So this isn't easy work, right? But when you have support, when you're in a community like this, when you have a support from a coach or a mentor, whether it's me or someone else, it's doable, right? It's doable. And so, that is why you're here. So I just wanted to remind you of that and remind you that this is just the beginning, guys, right? What you're learning in this group and inside Elevate Online is really just the beginning. It's the first steps. So today's little bonus session, I want to talk to you about business planning. Super important, right? That's where we are really putting the business hat on. And how we take action, right? How we take action on our next steps, because that's important. We don't want to just learn a few new things and then stay stuck there. We want to continue to move forward and we want to continue to learn new strategies and techniques. Okay, wonderful stuff. As business owners, you must spend time in your business visioning, okay, thinking, essentially. Yeah, we have to have thinking time and planning. So important. We don't always have to be at our laptop or at our book writing things down, but are you spending time actually thinking, about what you want to do and sort of visioning? And really, that visioning, that planning is really about creating a solid foundation, and it requires you to make decisions, right? It requires you to make decisions about your business and about your goals. So this is about business planning, right? Planning for success. And this is a key part of you creating a foundation in your business, a solid foundation, solid roots, that root chakra. You've heard me talk about it before. But you must have a vision for where you actually want to take your business, and you must set clear goals, right? It's super important. It surprises me so much, when I speak to especially new online yogipreneurs. What are the goals that you have in your business, and they don't have them yet, right? So if that's you, know that it's okay, but also know that now is the time to start to put that business hat on, become a yogipreneur, and actually plan out what you want to achieve and set some goals. And two goals that you really must have in your business are revenue goals, so how much money you want to make, and a community growth goal. right? So you need to know, or you need to have an idea as to how much money you want to make in your business in 2022. So let's think about this year. And also how much you want to grow your community, right? In 2022, how much do you want to grow your community? And you'll know from the lessons that you had here in Elevate Online that when I talk about community, I'm talking about your email list, right? So, you know, that is your community. How much do you want to grow your email list by? Because having these numbers is essential, okay? Because these numbers actually motivate you and drive everything that you do in your business, okay? Because let me just kind of explain that in a little bit more detail. If your goal is to grow your email list, okay, to 500 subscribers by the end of 2022, that number 500, okay, that should drive then everything that you do and all of the activities and the projects that you spend time on, right, to achieve that number. So this is where business planning comes into play, because if we know that our goal is 500 subscribers, what do we need to put in our plan to help us to reach that number? Okay, so without that goal, you can't create the plan. Like, you can't set objectives, and you can't, you know, create your marketing campaigns and the activities that are actually going to move things forward and help you to take action. Yeah, that's important. So this is really essential, and not many people do this. It really, honestly, not many people take the time to plan what they want to happen in the year ahead. And honestly, like, this is why not many people are living the lives that they want. Really, you know, that planning is not just about business, you know, planning what you want in life, you know, having a vision of where you want to be. And success is not an accident, right? It's not an accident. It's not something that just happens to that person over there or that person over there. You know, it's okay for them. Success just happened for them, you know? It's not an accident. Is actually something that we create on purpose. Yeah, we create it on purpose, and a big part of that is getting clarity around where we actually want to go. So what I want to say to you all is that you're not like, you know, 99% of people who don't think about this stuff. Like, you're here right now, you're showing up, yeah, you're here. And I know that this is going to help you to make this year more successful. And I also know the fact that you're here, that you have some goals, you have some hopes around what you actually want to achieve in your business. Yeah. And what you want to achieve is probably a lot more than you even think you can. Yeah. So what's actually going to help you to make this happen is just firstly knowing that what you want and taking the right action to make it happen, spending time on that is essential to making it happen. Yeah. You know, I think one of the biggest lessons that I've learned along the way is that the people who make massive progress each year in their business and actually manage to build these incredible businesses is because they know exactly what they're trying to achieve. Yeah, they know. That's why this planning part is essential. And if you want to have the best 2022, which I'm sure you do, you have to decide what you want. You need to write it down, you need to plan it out, you need to work on your goals, and you need to make it happen, right? You need to focus on making it happen. Super, super important. And, you know, one of the ways that you can do this is to plan out your year in 90-day chunks so that you can save time and save overwhelm. And I think, you know, many business owners, they waste a lot of time in their business because they're constantly trying to figure out, like, what's next, like trying to figure out what to do next. Instead of actually just taking the time up front to create that plan, right? So if you don't do that, if you don't take the time to plan and track your progress, you actually end up working harder instead of working smarter. And this is where burnout happens as well, right? So it's really important to carve out that time up front so that you can plan things out and you can track your progress, and it's going to pay off. It'll pay off so much. Each and every week it's going to pay off because you've got your plan and you know what you're focused on. It's really important to learn how to break down all of your goals and those big ideas that you have into like check-offable action steps, so that you can see some massive momentum in your business. So I teach my students how to do this, exactly how to do this by creating and implementing 90-day plans. So doing it in chunks of 90 days, which is, enough time to really see some momentum and progress. Okay, and that's exactly what we want, right? So, we're looking to create a plan. Okay, so obviously one part of this is having a plan, and then the second part is taking action, right? Is taking action. So, we want to be able to take action, and we want to be able to I want to talk about taking action because I know that it's easy to get stuck in fear, and it's easy to procrastinate, right? But if you want 2022 to be your best year yet, you can't be the same person that you were last year. You can't be the same person. Like, you have to be better. If you want 2022 to be your best year ever, you have to change in some way, or you have to up level to make it happen. Like, you can't be who you've been in 2021, because if you are, you're going to get the same results. Like, you're going to create the same thing. And this really applies to how you take action, guys, how you take action in your business. So if you weren't fully taking action in 2021 and you want this year to be your best year yet, you need to start taking action, right? So I know that, last year, the last couple of years have been unique, right? Brought some very unique challenges. However, let's not allow that to become an excuse, right? Let's not allow that to become an excuse, because this is about you. It's not about external factors. It's about you and how you show up with whatever life throws at you. Okay? So firstly, I think we should take a moment to have some gratitude, right? Take a moment to appreciate how well everyone has shown up, how well you've shown up and navigated through the last couple of years. Okay, I'm not saying that, that wasn't challenging, because it certainly was. But all of you here right now, you've invested in yourself, okay? Probably through, during one of the most unique and memorable time periods of your lifetime, okay? You've invested in yourself and in your knowledge, and you've taken the first step. You've made a decision to go on a learning journey so that you can actually change what you've been doing in your business and change the way you create impact in people's lives. Like, that's incredible. That's amazing that you've done that you've made that decision to do that. So have some gratitude for yourself right now. Like, that's a really great place to start. And what I know about you from this situation is that you are here to become a better version of yourself. Like, you're here to up level in some way. So, going into this year, 2022, you have to continue to become this better version of yourself, and you have to be more focused than ever before. Okay, so we're not just hopping from one thing to the next, like not really sure where we're going. No, we're not doing that. Not here. Not on my watch. Okay, you have to be super disciplined. Yeah, you have to take action in your business, take action on your dreams, even when you don't feel like it, even when it feels too hard or it feels too confusing, even when you have zero motivation. Yeah, you have to have the mindset for success and, honoring the process, the ups and the downs, and trusting as you go on that journey that you are going to get where you want because you 100% believe in yourself. You 100% believe in what you're offering and what you're putting out there and your why and your purpose and why you're doing this. When shit hits the fan and you're like, ugh, am I really doing this? Why am I doing this? You come back to yourself and you remember why you're doing this. Yeah, because those moments can, send you off track for a moment, and it's important that we pull ourselves back, right? So another part of this is you have to learn the skills that are necessary, and you have to ask for the help that you need so that you can move forward and so that you can take the right action. And so, when we work on up leveling ourselves, because this is essentially what we're doing here, we up level our lives. Yeah. And that is what we have to do. We need to remember that so much is possible. Yeah. What you want is yours for the taking if you take action. But it starts with you, guys, right? It starts with you. Really, it does. And, I think everything that you do, remember this, and you know this. What I'm going to tell you right now is you already know this. It's nothing new that I'm sharing with you right now. Everything comes from within, right? It comes from our thoughts and from what's going on internally. Our thoughts then become our decisions, right? Because we make our decisions based on what we're thinking. And then the decisions then determine the action that we take, right? And that action we take determines our future. That's actually how we create our reality. Like, that's how we manifest the things that we want and the things that we don't want. So who do I need to be in order to create this massive success that I want? Yeah. Getting clear on who you need to be to create the success that you want. It's who you are being that gets you that. Yeah, it's not the strategies or the actions. What's more fundamental than that is who we need to be. Yeah, it's not about waiting for things to happen. It's about you. Like, you need to happen, really. So, like, what do you want your life to look like, and who do you need to be? Because when you change your thinking to be that person that you need to be, i.e. you think like the person that you need to be, okay? When you change decision making, yeah? When you change the actions that you take, your life can radically transform, really. So, the way that you make 2022 your best year is by changing your thinking, the decision making, and the actions that you take. Has to be different to last year, right? Yeah. So, who do you have to become in order to make that, in order to make this your reality? Have a think about this, guys. Journal on this. This is an excellent thing to be journaling on this week. Who do I need to be? How do I need to be thinking? What are the thoughts that I need to be having in order to make the decisions and to take the actions that I need to take, that I wasn't taking before, but I need to take them now because this is different. I'm showing up in a different way this year. I'm doing things differently this year. And, I know that if I want to make this 2022 the best year, I know that I have to get out of my head and I have to address some of the biggest problems and challenges that I have. Those problems and challenges ultimately are me, right? I'm the problem. Yeah, I'm the challenge, really. So I have to address what's going on up here if I want to show up differently and I want to bring my best self to the table, bring the next level me to the table, because she's here. Yeah, she's here, she's there. but I have to work on myself first in order to make that happen. So that's really, you know, when it comes to taking action, that's the crux of it, really. That's what it comes down to, really. Yeah, it's you. So tune into yourself first. You know, that's how you create the awareness of who you're being now and who you want to be. Okay. Okay. So we've talked about business planning, we've talked about taking action, and next I want to talk about your next steps. Yeah, because that's important, right? We need to know the next steps. And there's really three next steps. There's three next steps. The first we've already talked about in a way. We talked about business planning because, you know, the first step is to plan, right? Is to have a solid foundation, is to create a solid foundation in your business. That's the first step. And part of that first step, part of that planning for your business is niching down. Because, you know, before you can start to build your online community, you need to know who it is that you're actually serving and how to create the messaging and how to create the online offerings that people really want, that resonate with your ideal student. So this requires you to align with your students and your message and to really get clarity so that you can create that magnetic messaging that's going to cut through the noise, right? So that's really about step one. Step one is creating the solid business foundation. Okay, so the business planning, the niching and messaging, and also your mindset, like getting started with the mindset work. And once you've done that, once you've done step one, you can move on to step two. And step two is building your online community. Okay, that's step two. We've got our solid foundation. We've worked on the root chakra of our business. What do we do next? We start to create, right? We move into that creative energy and we start to create our online community. Okay, we start to build our audience. And this involves 4 essential marketing pillars. Okay, and these pillars will help you to grow and nurture an engaged student community who become paying students. Okay, we want to grow and nurture ideal students. We want to attract ideal students that are from our niche. Yeah, we want to grow that niche community and we want to nurture the relationships so that those people become paying students. That's what we're doing. And so there's 4 marketing pillars, and I'm going to run through them very quickly with you. The first is about visibility. It's about increasing your exposure through online visibility. Okay, so whether that's on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, your website, partnerships, collaborations, you know, within your network to reach new people. So there's so much you can do to increase your visibility, okay? And you need to be able to work on increasing your confidence as well. So you need to look at how you can consistently show up and get out of your own way, okay? So that you can show up online. Because if you're not doing that, guys, if you're not showing up online, if you're not being visible and you're not talking about your business and what you have to offer your students, who is doing that if you're not doing that? Okay, so visibility is super, super important. Like, it's how we build trust through the content that we're sharing. And trust is essential in order to make sales. It's essential. So pillar number 2 is the content, is understanding how to consistently create content that's valuable and that helps you to attract your ideal student. Okay, so content creation is actually one of the most challenging parts of growing your business. Okay, I know this from working with hundreds of yoga teachers inside my programs, that one of the most challenging parts of growing their business is content creation. And it's challenging when you're unsure how to do it and when you're unsure what to create. Okay, and that's what keeps you stuck. You know, when you don't have a process, like when you don't have a process to actually create content and repurpose it in an easy way, or when you don't have the know-how to come up with topic ideas and content ideas, okay? And, you know, the thing is, like, content creation should be a non-negotiable part of your day. You should be doing this non-negotiable part of your week. Okay, there should be a time in your week where you're sitting down and creating content. And if you're not doing that right now, you don't have a business. Okay, I'll say it as it is. If you're not doing that right now, you do not have a business. Okay, so content, super important. When it comes to marketing, it's one of the most important parts. Pillar number 3, and you can share with me, guys, make this interactive. As I'm sharing, as I'm talking about these pillars, tell me where you're at with these pillars of marketing. Like, where are you at? Are you being visible? Are you showing up? Are you creating your content? Are you getting traffic to your website? This is pillar number 3. Okay, so maybe you don't have a website yet. Or maybe you do have a website, but you're looking at your data and no one's actually discovering it. Okay, so with this pillar, this is about learning how to make your website actually work for you. Okay, and by that, I mean your ideal students are on Google and they actually find your website. And then when they get to your website, they stay and they take a look around. Okay, they don't bounce, i.e. they look at your homepage and they're like, no, not for me, off I go. So we want to ensure that you have a website that works for you, because there's no good having a website that just sits there in the interweb and no one actually visits it. Like, what's the point of that? Your website has a very specific goal. Okay, your website is the route into your sales funnel, right? You need to have a website and you need to be able to optimize it so that it does what it's supposed to do. And that is, when people visit your website converts those people, those visitors, into email subscribers. That's the goal of your website. So this is the first part of your funnel, yeah, capturing email addresses so that you can now start to communicate with people directly in their inbox. Okay, and that moves us on to marketing pillar number 4, right? Which is email marketing. It's actually growing your email list. So getting all of that in place, like the systems, the tools, the integrations with your website, so that you can actually collect emails. And you know, and you have an opt-in freebie that actually attracts your ideal students. Yeah, that part is key. Yeah, you must have a super valuable opt-in freebie that attracts the right people onto your email list. We don't want just anyone on our email list, okay? You want the right people so that you can start to market to them, so that you can share your valuable content week in, week out, that content that you've been creating every week, so that you can nurture the relationships and move people down your sales funnel, guys. That's what we're doing. Okay, you know this from day 2 in Elevate Online, why this part is so important. Yeah, we need to have that sales funnel. So they are the 4 marketing foundations, right? The 4 pillars to work from. And you know, this step is really about you having everything in place so that you have the ability to start growing, and so that you can move on to step 3. Okay, and step 3 is about serving. Okay, serving your online community, which essentially is selling. Yeah, that's what step 3 is. It's how you actually sell. Yeah, that's important, isn't it? We need to make sales in our business. We need to make money. So ultimately, this is about how you seamlessly transition your community into paid online offerings, okay, that you validated, yeah, that you know that people want and people need, okay? Because again, just like having a website that no one actually visits, we don't want to create something, we don't want to put our heart and soul into something, and we haven't actually validated, we haven't actually done any research to see if our community, if our ideal students actually want and need it. And, you know, as I said at the beginning, in order to make sales online, okay, and in order to grow an online yoga business that's actually profitable, okay, you actually make money, you must look at creating some online offerings that are not just a drop-in Zoom class, okay? You can have that in your business, of course. You can have drop-in Zoom classes. I'm not saying that that's something to not offer, because actually it's a great offering as a first offering for someone new in your community to get a sense of who you are and how you teach. But beyond that, what else do you create? How else can you provide ways for your students to work with you on a deeper level? Okay, so this is about, you know, again, putting our yogipreneur hat on and creating some online offerings that provide more results. Okay, so this might be online workshops, a membership, maybe it's day retreats, online courses, programs, any type of offering that allows your student to go deeper with you. Yeah. This is about creating offerings that speaks to the hearts of your students, okay, by solving their pain points, addressing some of the challenges that they're experiencing right now, providing some quick wins, providing some solutions to the challenges that they're experiencing. Do you know what desires they have in their life? You know, do you know where they want to be in their life? You know, what they're experiencing right now that they're trying to overcome right now, that you can help them with through a workshop, through a membership, through, you know, an online course of some description, through an online challenge. Yeah, because as you know, I've said this many times, business is about solving problems and providing solutions, and your offerings that are not just the online class, the drop-in class, can help you to do that. And you know, if you, going back to our goals in step 1, our business planning, right? So this is where we need to understand what it is we want to offer in our business. But let's say you want one of your goals is to generate 50K in income this year. That's 4K a month, right? You have to teach a lot of drop-in classes to earn that. Yeah, so we need to get our business hat on. We need to crunch the numbers. So this goes back to step 1, yeah, and goal setting. And, you know, understanding what you need to create in order to reach those numbers. Yeah, and looking at how you build your business, you know, it requires a different model to the yoga teacher model or the yoga teacher who is teaching in a studio model. It's a different business model that you're creating here online. Yeah, so it actually requires you to create some digital assets. Yeah, that's what I like to call them, digital products. For instance, if you run an online workshop, a live online workshop, let's say, you know, 20th of March, you're going to run an online workshop that's going to help your students to solve this specific problem. Okay, so now you start promoting it, you run it on the 20th of March. I'm just plucking dates out of thin air here, but you run it, you know, just over a month from now. Once you've run that workshop, you can edit it to remove the fluff, and you can upload it into an online platform, and you can sell it. You can sell it again and again. Yeah, you've created a digital asset that you can sell again and again. And you can add it into your simple sales funnel that you've created so that you offer value and you build trust with the emails you're sending out. And then you send an email, a few emails in, about your online workshop that's up for sale. Okay, so we do things differently here when we're building an online business. We are building financial stability. That's what we're doing. So amazing. So these 3 steps, this 3-step process that I've just gone through is how you can launch and grow your business online by having, strong foundations in place, by marketing yourself effectively to grow your community, and then by nurturing and serving that community with your paid offerings so that you actually make sales. And this is a framework that I teach inside Yogipreneur Launchpad, guys. You will know about this already. You've heard me talking about this already. So the waitlist is still open this week. Make sure you are on that waitlist so that you can lock in a $200 discount. Like, this program, Yogipreneur Launchpad, is for you, and you're here as a new online yogipreneur. This program I have created specifically for you. Okay, so it's for you if you're just launching your business. Like, you need a framework for this. Yeah, you need the steps to do it successfully. And what I've outlined for you today are some of the topics that I teach inside Yogipreneur Launchpad. So this is a 16-week program, okay? And that means you have weekly live Q&A mentorship sessions for 16 weeks, okay? And with this $200 discount, you can join for just $997. All you need to do right now is just put your name on the wait list. It's as simple as that. Yeah, this is for you. So if you have any questions about Yogipreneur Launchpad, please let me know. It starts with building that strong foundation. It starts with you choosing your niche. It starts with you becoming more intentional about marketing. It starts with you thinking beyond the drop-in class. And this is going to be a high energy program. I'd like to say all my programs are quite high energy, but it's a 4-month program. It's designed to help you to shift your mindset, clarify your message, and then launch and sell your online offerings with ease. So this isn't the Profitable Yoga Teacher program. The Profitable Yoga Teacher program is for yoga teachers who are a little bit further ahead in their business, i.e. they already have an online community. Okay, they already have an online community. They've already been creating offerings online, and they are ready to go deep into creating an online course and launching the online course. So that's really focused on online courses. This program is a 4-month container to help you to gain so much clarity on what you're doing here in this online space, launching yourself, growing your community, and then starting to create offerings that aren't just a yoga class. Okay, so maybe it's workshops, maybe it's day retreats, maybe it's a membership, maybe it is a short, small course just to get you started, like a taster course. Okay, so it's really about getting started. Yeah, getting started with launching yourself online and having the messaging and your offerings, like real clarity around that, gaining a lot of clarity, shifting your mindset. Okay, so that you can actually show up and do this work online, because that in itself, requires a lot of courage, and it requires confidence in yourself as well. So we really work on that throughout the 4 months together. It's about building that solid foundation, growing your community online, and then serving your community as well. This is your opportunity to really make 2022 what you want it to be, what you want it to be. Okay, sending you so much love, guys. Mwah, 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 mwah. See you soon. Have a beautiful day, evening, wherever you are in the world. All right, lots of love. Bye-bye.